Oh shit. Yes. Good D. I'm out.
What's up? Let's go. I'm playing both sides of the ball.
Oh! Yo, we gotta win after that. We gotta. Oh my god.
He said it.
Yo.
Yo, what's up? My name is Ryan, but a lot more people know me as Shooky, and this is how to make 100,000 VC a day. And why should you listen to me? I'm the top-rated three-point shooter in the world right now, and easily the best YouTuber out there. Let's go. First thing I'd like to do is give a shout-out to our channel's first NBA 2K14 competition winner, Scott Marks. I tweeted out Friday night that the first person to make more than 15 out of 20 free throws in NBA 2K14 with Kenyon Martin, who has a measly rating of 42 from the foul line, and to tweet me a video of it, whether from a cell phone or a capture card, would win a $20 1600 Microsoft point card. And SMarks88 here, one of the 4 people who entered, tweeted me the video in less than 3 hours. So thanks for playing, Scott. Now on to the VC glitch. This process is not anything relatively new per se, but I will teach you the tips and discipline that solved all of my VC problems in a single weekend. I normally don't promote these kinds of things, but after I found out that 2K Sports wasn't going to allow you to transfer any VC from NBA 2K13 to 2K14, after how much time and money I spent on that game, I decided they were all greedy bastards, and I was going to do everything in my power to help you guys play the game you want to play it without having to spend any more money than the game already costs. So let's get to it. If you already know how this VC glitch works and you have the saved files needed, there's a timestamp at the very top of the description box that will fast forward you to the good stuff. But if not, and the VC glitch is completely new to you, it's a simple 4-step process. Here we go. Step number 1. The first thing you want to do is go into options and then into game settings and then into game or NBA rules, and then turn them all off. Okay, go down the list and turn them all off. Mess around after you complete that, press B and mess around with the menus. Just go in and out of some of the menus there. Coach Profiles normally does it for me until you get this little notification that says saving user profile. Please don't turn off your console, okay? You're now set to make this process as fast as possible. Step number 2, go to the home screen where you can set up a match against the computer and press A on the highlighted NBA Today option, or X for those of you who are playing on the PlayStation platform, right? Once in this screen, press the Y button to change the quarter length, or triangle for PS3 players, right? Change the quarter length to 12 minutes if it's not there already, and then press B or circle for PS3 players. And then press start to launch the game. Oh, and game speed does absolutely nothing, by the way. I've had a few people talk to me about that on live stream. You don't have to touch that. As you can see here, it just determines how quickly players move and play on the court. It doesn't make time go any faster, whatever those other tutorials say, okay? So wait for the game to load and then press A to skip the pregame cinematics or whatever, or X for PS3 players, right? And then once the referee tosses the ball into the air to signal the start of the game, I want you to put your controller down and pick up your cell phone, all right? It's time to create some saved game files that can be resumed with less than a second left on the clock to boost your VC. This system is a proven method to get 100,000 VC in a single day, but it requires you to be home, but not necessarily at your console, all right? This is absolutely excellent to do while taking a break from homework, TVs, or messing around on the internet. With that cell phone in your hands, set a timer for 47 minutes and get back to watching TV or doing homework or procrastinating from doing your homework, right? Pause the video here and resume it when your timer has gone off. Step 3, you should now find yourself in the 4th quarter with only a couple minutes left in the game, because even though 47 minutes have passed, the end of the quarter and end of the half cinematics should leave you a few minutes for you to prepare for what's coming up next. Make sure that with the time remaining, you score enough points to put you in the lead against the computer and you have the ball in your hand. With roughly 30 seconds left, make sure you're winning and you're ready to call a timeout. If you're not winning, all you have to do is press start, go down to options, go into game settings, go down to game sliders, right? And then put that 3-point success slider all the way up to 100. And you will make pretty much every 3 you take, so you can grab the lead real quick, right? When the clock gets down to 10 seconds, put your thumb on the back button in the middle of your controller or select button for you PS3 players, and your goal is to call a timeout with under 1 second remaining. But it's not absolutely essential that you do so don't worry about it. It is merely so that you can resume this save later on, and you don't have to sit through, or you sit through as little time as possible, right? Because this process can feel repetitive. You will press the back button to call a timeout when you see the number 0 appear on the clock. The average human reaction time is about 1/4 of a second, and the slowest human reaction times are a little under half a second. So even if you're twice as slow as the slowest people on Earth, you'll still have a little time left on the clock, so you can call that timeout and the buzzer won't go off. Once you've called the timeout or choked it somehow, maybe your finger slipped, right? It doesn't matter. Just press start immediately and go down to quit, select it. Go down to save and quit game and select it, and you'll be asked to name this game save so it can be saved on your hard drive. And some people have had some problems with it. All you got to do is you have to press B in the timeout. The timeout screen can't be up. It has to be after the timeout when you're ready to inbound the ball. But anyway, onto this save. Since it is 12 minutes a quarter, we're going to simply title it 12, okay? If the time ran out, if the time ran out before you were able to call a timeout, once you reload this game, it will return you to the beginning of the 4th quarter, where you can set up your cell phone timer at 10 minutes and try again, all right? But now, step 4. With this save archived, you're now going to repeat this process, saving one game for each of the options of the quarter-length time limit in that Y screen, the beginning of the menus, right? We just finished the 12-minute one, so you're going to set up and get your timer out again to wait for an 11-minute, 10-minute, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4-minute quarter game file to finish before getting the lead, calling a timeout in the last seconds of the game, and then quitting and saving the file with the title of their respective quarter lengths, just like you did for the 12-minute one, right? That whole setup process takes about 5 hours, but that's not 5 hours that you spend at your Xbox, okay? Just 5 hours that you're home. So don't stress about that. Just make sure you do it on a weekend or a day that you aren't busy so you can get this hard part out of the way in one swoop, okay? And also, you're only going to need to do this once. So after you get that hard part, after you have each of the saves, you're ready to start VC farming like a boss, all right? Oh, and the reason why we have all of these games of different quarter lengths, and we can't just save a bunch of 12-minute games and get VC from those, is because the server recognizes this, the 12-minute games you play, right? And it will not give you any additional VC for playing multiple 12-minute games back-to-back without a time delay in between, all right? So once you have game files saved of quarter lengths 12 minutes through 4 minutes, it should look something like this. Now, all you have to do is go down the list, starting at the top with number 4, and load up and play just the last second of each of the file saves, and it gives you all of the VC it normally would reward to you if you had played through the entire game. Are you seeing how this works now? Good. Now here's some math that helped me develop this 100K a day strategy, and now this is the good stuff, so pay attention. In these offline generic games against the CPU, the amount of VC you get is determined by the number of minutes per quarter in each game. Are you listening? You get 50 VC per minute in a quarter. So 1 minute per quarter is equal to 50 VC at the end of the game. 2 minutes per quarter is equal to 100 VC at the end of the game. 3 minutes per quarter is equal to 150 VC at the end of the game, and so on. With this math, we know that you get 600 VC per 12-minute game because 50 times 12 is 600, right? And you get 550 VC per 11-minute game, right? Because 50 times 11 is 550, and so on. So, knowing this, we can calculate that in one cycle with these 9 files opening and playing through just the last second of games. We are going to generate a total of 3,600 VC in just a few minutes. Because of this math, saving the files will help you keep track of what save you're on in the cycle in case you forget, because you're going to be doing this a couple times. To get through this cycle, it will take you over a little over 6.5 minutes. That's over 500 VC per minute, all right? Now, the only downside is that you can only complete a cycle every 20 minutes, okay? So you remember how I said earlier that the server has a time delay on how often it will dish out VC, right? So here's where some discipline and strategy comes into play. The optimum way to go about this process is to do it on a day off. Do it when you don't have school and you don't have work. One of those days where you just get to lounge around, right? These are the days that you'll be making over 100,000 VC without breaking a sweat. How? Well, as long as you don't have to go anywhere, you can work on your homework or watch your favorite TV shows while just setting your timer, setting the timer on your phone to 20 minutes, right? And then when it goes off, just take a short break to run a cycle real quick and fill your virtual pockets. Now listen, one of my biggest tips to you guys is just to make sure that you start the cycle with the 4-minute game file and work your way up to the 12-minute file, right? So it doesn't feel like you're wasting your time getting less and less VC, right? You're starting at the bottom and you're going up. End with the 600 VC file and it'll feel a lot more fun. Now here's some more strategy. You get 3,600 VC per cycle, right? 3,950 VC if you completely max out the whole cycle. But I don't recommend wasting your time setting up 1, 2, and 3-minute quarters game files because that's only 350 VC for about 3 minutes of work, but it all adds up in the end. So if you want that little bit extra, more power to you, right? But that 3,600 VC you can only get every 20 minutes, right? After waiting for the server delay. So that equates to 10,800 VC per hour, not counting the time it takes to run through the cycle, right? So on a free day, you can easily rack up 100,000 VC or more if you're home all day, right? All you have to do is be near your Xbox. You can be doing whatever you want. I did this 200,000 plus VC in just 2 days and haven't touched it again. And this game has been out for over a month, right? Who knows how much I could have. The only thing you have to remember is that to get something you want, it takes work. Sacrifice, right? This may not seem like fun. It may not seem like something you want to spend your time doing, but you're basically getting paid to do it, right? You're basically getting paid $20 a day to do this because 100,000 VC costs 20 bucks, right? So one of two things is going to happen after this video, right? You're either going to whine that this takes too much work and you really don't need the VC that bad anyway, right? Or you're going to take a look at how much VC I got in just 2 days and realize that this is a very easy way to get the VC you deserve. So there you go, 3,600 VC in a matter of a few minutes and 100,000 VC a day.
Goodbye, so long, farewell, but it's not the end of the chapter.